Hello.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
How are you?
Yeah, we're good.
Very good, thank you. Yeah.
Excited, nervous.
Yeah.
No need to be nervous. Everybody, welcome to Behind the MasterMinds episode 24.
Yeah, today we have our special guest, Elliot James from Professor Puzzle.
Professor Puzzle, yes.
But before we introduce them, we're going to announce the raffle winner for episode 22, the show with Gruzzle.
And the prize was the will. Let's go.
Ooh. Let's see if we got this one.
Who was it? It is
Oh my gosh, Angela again.
Angela.
This is like the second time she's won a prize.
Angela from Crack a Nut. Congratulations.
She must be uber happy right now.
Go play the lotto.
Awesome. All right, guys. So during the interview, feel free to type in any questions you have, any comments you have for them. We'll try to get through them as many as we can.
Yes.
So, who do we have today? You want to do the intro?
So we have Professor Puzzle. The first person is Elliot. He is the senior graphic designer at Professor Puzzle. He's been with the company for around 9 years and has worked on their larger escape room offerings, Escape from the Grand Hotel and the smaller Quickfire escape rooms, which is Escape from the Mall, Escape from the Casino Chaos, and Escape from Deadtown. He also designed Tile, Moustache, Your Question, Reflect as well bespoke ranges for stores like Target and Walgreens.
Yeah, and which one's Elliot?
I'm Elliot. It's me. Hi. Yes, I'm the
And
one
we
with
have
the hat.
James right on top of him. He's the gameplay developer at Professor Puzzle. He's newer to the company, but has been working there for just around a year. He was brought on to review the existing products in their catalog and recommend improvements and changes. And some of the first products he was given a look at were our escape room games, which are both the larger ones, Grand Hotel and Starline Express, and the minis that I just mentioned earlier, which is the Mall, Deadtown, and Casino Chaos, which were halfway through development. He designed a few of the puzzles, particularly in Casino Chaos, and contributed puzzles and ideas for the others as well.
Yeah, so I mean, we have a lot to cover today.
Yeah.
So let's fire away with our first question. I know that Professor Puzzle develops a lot of games as a brand. When did the escape room games start, and what made you guys want to go into this category?
Well, the escape room thing started for us about 3-ish years ago. So we initially it was Escape from the Grand Hotel. So we made that for one of our customers here in the UK, a large store called Sainsbury's, and it was kind of just a product just for them. They were interested in escape rooms, and we thought, hey, we could do this. It'd be a great kind of test bed for us as well, because they'll order a load of them. We can develop it up, and if it's good, we'll put it in a catalog, which ended up happening. So it's kind of rolled from that, and it was a nice fit for us as well, because we were doing we're kind of moving into the games area after doing a lot of kind of puzzly stuff. Our heritage is in kind of wood and metal puzzles, kind of physical objects. We're moving into more trivia, card-based, paper-based stuff, and the escape room kind of thing was kind of the perfect marriage for that, because you get your puzzles, you get your gameplay, it's all kind of contained, and it's got a story, and it's exciting. So
Right.
yeah, it kind of all came off this kind of little catalyst of doing it for one of our customers, and then it's kind of spiraled up from there.
Wow. Yeah, so
Yeah.
you started locally, and now you're global. That's impressive.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
Andrew Wade is also very excited to hear about these new escape rooms, as are we and our other viewers as
Yeah,
well.
assuming these new ones
yeah.
you're talking about is probably the mini ones, because they are newer to the market.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that in a bit.
The second question for you is, out of the bigger escape room box series, in what order were the games developed, from oldest to new? And were there a lot of changes that have been implemented since the first one?
Yes, there have been a lot of changes. And oldest, so timeline goes Escape from the Grand Hotel, Starline Express, which came the year after. Following a similar kind of route, we did that for a customer, and then it kind of ballooned, and we kind of put that into our catalogue. And then we did the 3 smaller ones, so that's Deadtown, Mall, and Casino Chaos. So yeah, that's the ordering. James, I don't know if you want to take over and say some stuff about changes that happened.
Yeah. A lot of changes we've had on them. So I mean, I came in and we've since then done a version 2 and soon to be a version 3, I think, of Grand Hotel now.
Mm-hmm.
And Starline, I think, is on version 2. at the moment it has a third one on its way as well, doesn't it, Elliot?
Potentially, I guess. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think. I think it's just the two actually for that one. I'm trying to think what we did for that final puzzle. But yeah, we replaced a couple of the puzzles. We got there was some feedback for a couple of the sort of more confusing or weaker areas in those, and they've been replaced with other puzzles that we hope make it a bit better.
Yeah. Looks like you had a bodyguard back there, James.
It's a stormtrooper.
Is that life size? Because you're sitting down. So
Yeah,
They told me I had to be in the background of the shot. I mean,
wow.
Yeah, James doesn't have anything else in his house. It's just
just this.
it's just that corner.
he's stealing your thunder.
Well, you both have some cool stuff.
Yeah.
Elliot has that guitar collection. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, I do have. I've got a habit. Terrible.
Talented one.
Okay.
I'm sure the trooper is giving you some inspiration for game design puzzles.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Sure.
It wasn't just a month without eating or anything to get that.
So how do you guys test out your games? Do you have a set of group of beta testers, or are they like in the UK or all over the world?
We test usually internally, really. I mean, it might not look like it from the outside. I mean, I hope it does. But Professor Puzzle is actually quite a large company now. There's we have an office just on the outskirts of London. There's 40 people there.
Yeah. You also have one in the US as well, right?
We've got the US office as well, yeah, and there's a handful of people over there. So we'll pass stuff around and we'll set up little game tests and things. So
And Bristol. The Bristol office as well. Don't forget the Bristol office. They'll be
Bristol, yeah, we've got another office dotted around
Also,
in the UK as well.
Romania? I saw that on Instagram. Like, do you have a Romania?
No, I think that's one of our distributors who use our name to sell stuff on.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, we're looking at your catalog of games, and oh my goodness, there's like so many different types and different variations.
Yeah, I like to know what Moustache you a question is.
A Moustache question, excellent. It's a little bit too far away for me to get, but basically you've got. Actually, I'll tell you what, I'm going to get it because it'll just explain.
Okay.
All right, sure.
Because that sounds like very relevant to November.
Yeah.
Yeah.
James, have you tried most of the games as well?
It is.
Oh.
So you got your box, which is kind of cool. It's got this furry little moustache on it as well, which is a nice little.
Enlarge James is
I'm going to try to switch this around.
Oh,
there we
awesome.
go.
Yeah.
Here we go. Yeah.
That's
So
good.
you get these little moustache glasses like this,
Oh my god!
and then
you look great.
thank you.
Very November.
It's a trivia-based game, so I haven't actually got any of the bits and pieces on here. But you answer questions. The idea is to grow your moustache as long as possible, and you have.
What's a question like?
Yeah, what's
a
it?
question? I mean, it's general trivia. So you've got things like. We split it into two categories as well. So there's an adults category and a kids category. So kids and adults kind of play together because it's kind of a fun family game, and it's nothing funnier than a kid wearing one of these as well. But you've got questions like, what chemical is commonly added to swimming pools to disinfect the water?
Chlorine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's chlorine. and you win a moustache piece and you clip it on here, and eventually you would,
bro.
Oh, wow.
you would keep growing your moustache.
Is it Velcro? Like how is?
Yeah, this is actually this is probably an old sample as well, because there's little Velcro pieces here. When you get these little bits of you've got these extra little moustache pieces.
Oh my goodness.
I love it.
And then you kind of tack them on, and the idea is to kind of build your moustache.
This is the only way that I can actually grow a mustache.
I know.
Playing
I
this
need to
game.
get that game. Yeah.
We should have sent you one, really, or at least the masters probably.
Loving the eyebrows.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah, I know, right?
You got the Scorsese eyebrows.
Yeah.
Andrew said that he is undefeated in his house at I Moustache Your Question. Sounds like a challenge.
Looks like a lot of people have this game. Oh yeah. So as we were saying, you're beta testing internally then for your games.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Absolutely. We have everyone usually very very keen to jump on and see what the latest one is. So we can usually get a few groups of people together to give them a go.
Okay.
And we have done games testing evenings in when we, before all of everything, and when we could. But we'd do games testing evenings at a local games cafe as well. So we'd kind of build everything up internally, make sure in a good place with it, and we're happy with it. I should probably take these off. And then,
I actually didn't notice anymore. I was just
really. And then we'll take it down to a games cafe and play with a load of people and get a load of feedback there as well.
Oh, really?
And of course, there's trade shows and things as well where we shop stuff around, and there's it kind of gets out there and permeates even before it gets out into the mass market.
Right. Well, how would that work now though? If you were to beta test in the current situation that we're in?
Now
it's a lot of. Well, we haven't really done much recently.
I mean, we were only talking today about sending a sample in the post to one of our other offices. It's just a case of sending it to the other offices, really, as best we can. But
we have had. But I say we haven't done actually. We have had our other team, our Bristol team, have come down to our office and run quite strict game tests actually. So we have done stuff in smaller kind of controlled environments. It's just not been able to probably spread out large as we want to usually.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, we realized the quality of the box and the graphics were really well done.
Yeah.
He loved it.
I kept complimenting the whole time. I was like, oh my God, this is heavy paper. It's quality.
He kept thinking there's like hidden layers in the papers. He tried to peel it open. I'm like, no, there's just one paper.
I was like, there's something else in here, or this is 2 pages and I haven't found the second page.
Yeah. By the way, it was a great job that you guys put like 2 puzzles pieces and 2 clue pieces like in the game, because it stopped us from fighting, because we always fight.
Yeah.
I was like, let me solve this. I can solve this faster.
I usually lose, but yeah.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I mean that was one of the things on those larger ones, just to get more people around and get more people playing together and doing stuff. Put a couple of duplicates in.
I mean, a lot of the replacements that we've done is for the reason that only one person in the original version could play it at a time. Something like one of the string puzzles. If you've seen Grand Hotel or Starline, they'd usually have some sort of cat's cradle string puzzle in them, which isn't great if you're in a group setting. So, sorry, I've got a cat jumping on the table, which is a usual feature of our webcam meetings, unfortunately. But so it's things like that. It's just to get more people involved.
Yeah,
that's for sure. So do you guys manufacture your own games, and what are the various like departments you have for Professor Puzzle?
Yeah, how large is your team, by the way?
Also, well, he got like around 50 in the UK.
Yeah, so in our design department, we have a few of us. It's usually easier to count when I can picture us all at our desks, but we've not been at our desks for so long.
Are you still working?
Yeah, I hope so. There's 7 of us in the design department, and that's handling anything from escape room stuff to large bespoke areas in Target or Walgreens and all that kind of stuff. And then product development, there's how many now? There's a lot.
10 more. Quite a few people.
Yeah.
That's really. So you guys are manufacturing your own games, or?
Well, we manufacture. What do you mean by manufacturing our own games? So we
building, putting it together.
Is it an in-house kind of a factory, or you have like other?
Do you outsource the manufacturing company, or you do?
It's outsourced to factories in the Far East. We work closely with, but we've got some great links over there, and I think you're saying the quality of those pieces there. That's one of the things we've really been striving for over the past couple of years, is making sure that we can get real quality without breaking the bank on these things. So that's testament really to our product development team, who've really hammered our factory pricing there to make sure we're getting some really great stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's great.
So the Quickfire series that you developed, which we played Deadtown and we played Casino Chaos. We played in the order of Deadtown first, and then casino. What was the inspiration or reasoning for creating those? Like, how are they different from your original escape room boxes?
Well, the idea behind those was just to make something a little bit smaller and a bit more pick up and play, and probably a bit less large scale daunting, smaller price point, and also maybe just a bit quirkier as well. So they're kind of got a bit of a pulpy book themed feel, whereas we've done Starline and Grand Hotel, which had a bit more sense of grandeur and to them. So these kind of a bit more, I don't know, just a bit crazier, a bit different. Just make some more fun stuff.
Like you have envelopes in here, right? In the game itself, there's like 4 puzzles or 4 envelopes. Are you keeping that kind of sequence throughout the series, or you're adding some, or might be different than others, or are you trying to keep that format?
It remains to be seen, actually, to be honest.
We've just done those 3, haven't we?
We've just done these 3, and just seeing how they go, and we're still getting in kind of wider feedback here, which we're happy to take on and see what needs to be changed. But yeah, the idea of having all 3 of them run the same format and the same kind of solving thing was a guy called Axel who worked for us for a few years and unfortunately left this start of this year-ish. But this was kind of his like little baby, his kind of parting gift to us. Were these 3, and it was his idea to kind of have them all, kind of the mechanics of them work the same way, but all offer a bit of a different experience puzzle-wise. So you could kind of solve one, and then when you pick up the next one, all right, okay, I've got to do the same kind of thing to find the ending, basically, because you've got the doors at the end. So it's the same kind of system throughout all 3.
So this was a very interesting concept, because I don't think we played a game like this before, where we like I would solve something and then I'll snuck it back into the center of the table, and then he gets a turn at it. And then the same vice versa. Like when he finishes, then he'll pass it on. And I'm trying to like hide my answers because I'm like, no, you can't see what I got because I'm trying to finish first. But it's not really a competition at the end. It was more like who would actually. And then the final thing was very interesting as well, where you have all these doors. I kind of feel like I'm on that show with the one where you open cases.
Oh, million.
The one where like guess which case has the big money.
Oh, Deal or No Deal.
Deal or No Deal.
Deal or No Deal. Yes.
I think your version's a bit more fancy than our one was.
So I'm like trying to see like which door, and if you got it right or not, kind of thing. You're like, you failed. Oh, I got it. So that was a kind of cool ending type of vibe.
And also
there.
with the bigger boxes, like I think it's one of the few times I actually felt like I was opening a door, even though it's like something paper in front of me in my hands. Like I actually felt like when I was opening both sides, I was witnessing. Well, you also had like a 3D type of graphics in there, which made me feel like it was pulling me in. So I thought it was really, really interesting.
But speaking of these Quickfire games, here's a moment everyone's been waiting for. So if you type in the phrase "Quickfire me now" to be entered into the raffle, you might win not 1, not 2, but all 3 of their Quickfire.
All 3.
Oh my goodness.
All 3 of them.
Quickfire me now.
I don't even have the Escape from the Mall.
Yeah, we don't have that purple one.
Oh, right. Oh, no.
That was the first one. That was.
So speaking of the Escape from the Mall, is it the same thing, I'm assuming? Like you open it up, has 4 different packets or 5?
That was very much the first one. They were all sort of being developed simultaneously, but Escape from the Mall was definitely the when I joined, it was the furthest along, and it was pretty ready to go. So that was the test one, I guess.
Gotcha.
And then the other 2 followed.
Oh, Escape from the Mall was the first one.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was.
Oh, what is that?
So that's inside of the mall.
Yeah.
Always.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's fun.
But as always, if you missed the live stream, our video will be posted on YouTube and IGTV for you to watch
and Facebook
at a later time. Yes.
So type in the comment section and you'll enter in.
And you can enter that phrase under there before episode 26, which is quite fast coming out soon on Sunday.
Yeah, so if you don't
we're doing
know,
back-to-back 3 shows.
yeah, if you haven't been paying attention, this weekend is very, very busy for Behind the Masterminds. We actually have 3 shows back to back, starting with Professor Puzzle, and then tomorrow we have a premiere of Spectre and Vox, and then on Sunday we have
the Detective
Society.
Okay.
So we're gonna see a lot of you guys this weekend.
Oh, right, and a lot of cool prizes too.
So the next question for you is, we really like the narrative aspect of these puzzle boxes, and most of the time there's a twist at the end. But do you have a separate department that's in charge of writing them, and a department that just does the puzzles? And how do you put that together, like ultimately in the final?
Yeah,
I mean, this one, James.
Yeah. So, do you mean in the Quickfires, the stories in those, or in the larger ones as well? I mean,
either or.
Unless you have a separate Quickfire and the.
I mean, how it's worked in the past, I think, is we've had one person or one group of people doing the puzzles, and we have another group of people writing the story, and it sort of comes together at the end. A lot of what I've done in some of the review, amending some of these things, is making sure it all does sort of flow in sort of a bit better in sort of continued versions. But we have another department, our communications team, who tend to write the stories for these, and all the different little doors that you can open at the end, all the fail states, all the fail ones if you get it wrong. I don't know if you got any of these wrong at the end. If you end up eaten by zombies, or you end up captured by a mob boss, that'd be Megan in our communication team. They write those.
So like for the storylines though, do you normally leave a twist or like an open ending because you might want a sequel? Because I kind of felt a little vibe on that.
Yeah.
Like it didn't really close it. That's how I felt.
Yeah, it was like
some of the
Dawn of the Dead sequel. Like,
I don't know on the mini ones. I've heard. I mean, I wasn't here with the start of the larger escape rooms, but I have heard that the idea was one of the characters in that we sort of thought maybe it would be they'd be a recurring character in other escape rooms. But I think the period setting sort of maybe ruled that out for now. I'm not sure, but there was. It's just funny you mention that. There was, I think, maybe a plan to do that at one stage, but no plans for any direct sequels yet. I don't think. Have we, Elliot? Or
no, I think actually in our latest revision of Grand Hotel, doesn't it end?
It ends a bit more decisively, I think, because we're not quite doing that at the moment.
Yeah, I think we've tweaked it so that it can actually be not brutal, but we can just kind of ramp up the ending a bit, just because we're a bit more confident with what we've got there now. So, but
it's still fine for kids. It's
interesting, because that was the one I felt like could have a sequel going on, the Grand Hotel. But
it felt like there was room for opportunities for anything to happen after that.
You want to do this one?
So we know that you sell these like on a wholesale to Target and Kohl's and Amazon. Like, do these distributors all require you to repackage these games in a different box design? Because we noticed there was a difference between Starline on Kohl's and Amazon. We saw Starline on Kohl's, and then as a different design. So we was just wondering if there's any elements of the inside you had to change, or will the players be essentially getting the same game? And also, do you often get these requests, and is there a reasoning behind repackaging them differently?
Yes, there is kind of a reason behind kind of repackaging them, and it's more just to do with usually just how our business kind of works on the bespoke side and everything we kind of offer around it. So, one of the great things that we can do at Professor Puzzle, because of our, our strong design team, our strong account management team and sales team and everything, and, all of our strong teams, is that, we offer a fully bespoke package to a customer, so we can say, hey, look, we can give you all this great stuff. It's just for you. It looks, it's going to look different to everyone else's, because we've made it just for you, and that's kind of what's been kind of fueling our rapid growth over the past couple of years. Content-wise, we don't really tend to change stuff. formats for the outer packaging format may usually be changed just to kind of fit on store shelf and shelving constraints and things like that, or to better fit into wider kind of in-store dressing plans and things like that. So if they're kind of leaning more to a super Christmassy feel in one area, then we'll try and lean more towards that with our packaging option for that.
Yeah, but the game essentially is the same though inside.
The game, yeah. Usually we keep that the same, yeah.
Okay, I just didn't want to miss out on any secret
Yeah, I was like, wait, that wasn't in our Star Line
and
Express.
and then all of a sudden it's you find it in another box or something.
Yeah.
Because I noticed the Kohl's one was vertical, so that makes sense. They might need a better shelving
maybe
work with the horizontal output. So.
Or are you trying to get people to buy both versions as a collector's item? Escape and
I'll tell you what, the collector's angle, yeah, let's run with that. Let's do that.
That sounds better.
Yeah.
Nice. So we saw that the Escape from the Grand Hotel has a different play method than the Star Line, where you can invite your friends over with the invitations to play at home like a party.
Like a murder mystery type.
Yeah, so will your future games have all sorts of different design ideas that will be incorporated, or are you still trying to run with a similar thing like Star Line?
We actually dropped that out recently.
We did recently take the invitations out. I mean, we are at the moment looking at how
we have version 1. Is that why? I'm wondering.
I think it might have been.
Actually, you might have been. You might have got a slightly older version. It probably just
we got the original.
One of the things we found with the invitations is that I think a lot of people probably wouldn't expect it in escape rooms. They've already got everyone around their table when they're opening up the box. They can't really send out the envelopes. It's a nice idea though. It's probably something. I imagine we might keep it for other things like murder mysteries or something like that we do.
Because we do a murder mystery. Secrets of Animal Hill. Well, we've done. That's in Target at the moment as well. Actually, I think it's doing really well. So that kind of fits the more kind of traditional murder mystery vibe there, with the invitations and things like that. And I think probably one of the things with Grand Hotel and Starline with the invitations was that we probably, if people were just picking it up to play it and take it home straight away, we were getting quite a few comments of people being like, "Oh, if I'd have known these were in here, or if I'd known these were here beforehand, then maybe I would have sent them out." But it's all part of the kind of the choppy, changey development process, and we're just trying out stuff, seeing if it works, see what doesn't work.
Right. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with that, because I feel like it's like if you were to play Clue, for example, you pick your character, right? So it's kind of like you're picking your invitation to be that character for the game, or to play that.
I mean,
actually, going back to that, I think actually what we did there with Grand Hotel is we kind of tried to allocate characters, but that was added on after we'd done our very, very first edition. So the story actually doesn't serve any of those characters throughout the whole thing. You've almost got this little kind of build up. It's like, hey, you're going to be this person for the evening, and then you play the game. And because of the way everything works and the way it's been built, we didn't really integrate that very well. So rather than going back and redesigning the whole of Grand Hotel, kind of maybe slightly just pushed it aside for the time being until we can go back and reintegrate somewhere else down the line.
I mean, never say never on it, but if we were to put it back in, those characters would all need to serve the puzzles in some way. We want to integrate it, like Elliot says, really into the actual game. But we're playing around with some other ideas at the moment, so I think we've got some unique things coming out really at some stage in the future. So maybe those will catch on a bit more, or maybe we'll retreat back and do invitations again. Who knows? Depends on what it does.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of also like the idea of some of the games nowadays that's integrating digital components to it, where you can hear the narratives through audio. Like if you ask, have them sign on to a website or something, and then the actual character is actually reading out the storyline versus saying the host is going to do that. But because they're in character, it might sound like they're in you might have train background sounds or something, and then the narrator is reading through, so you kind of feel like you're on the train ride. So it kind of felt that was
like an
basically
ambiance.
that we had that sound going on in the background, the train.
Yeah,
I think it was a Diamond Express or something.
Yeah, Exit the Game, the
Exit Game.
Orient Express, something like that.
Yeah, that was really cool. So
Okay.
Yeah, always these cool add-on features that can make it more immersive.
Yeah, sure.
So, I mean, I don't know about, look, we talked about it a little bit, but I think our favorite mini series out of the two that we played was the casino one. Although we haven't played the mall one, but me personally, I wouldn't want to escape the mall. I'm a shopaholic, so it wouldn't make sense to me.
Yeah, he went up from there.
But we really liked all the various casino games, like the slot machine, the roulette cards that you're able to incorporate into puzzles. How you guys were, you're able to pick these 3 themes. Like, how were you to pick these 3 themes out? Like, out of all the ones that are out there. Like,
I think we just thought this would be a decent spread, really. You've kind of got your spooky horror one, you've got your kind of 80s throwback one, and then you've got your kind of thrillery, heisty style one. I just thought they probably complemented each other, as if you went to a bookshop and there was a load of pulpy books lying around and they've all kind of got their own crazy little story to tell. So yeah, I think I went with that. And there's 1,000 things that I'd love to do with these and go off on all kinds of other tangents as well. Those were just kind of the first 3 where I think we kind of thought we could do something nice with them and use them as a springboard going forward.
Yeah.
So, like, how fast do you produce these mini ones from the development time frame to actually putting it on the shelf? Like, because I figured you probably didn't catch the coronavirus time frame, or else you would probably put one out to escape from the virus.
Escape the pandemic.
Yeah, at this point.
I feel a bit bad.
Maybe was a bit. You can tell it.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, but James, you've probably got a good grasp on that timeline, because when
I'm just trying to think, because when I joined, Mall was mostly done. It was in a playable state, and I changed one of the puzzles in that.
This was about a year ago.
So I'm just trying to think. So that would have been around about November time, and then it hit shelves, didn't it, around about July, I think. So we had all sort of final versions of them. I think were all going off around about February, March. I want to say.
Yeah. Well, we were just as we went into lockdown, and we all had to start working from home when
signing things off.
Dead Town and Casino had to be finished. I think they went off in probably about March is when the final artwork came out, went off to print. But in terms of development, we had kind of just got to the point before lockdown from November to February.
Yeah.
To get everything ready to go. Wow. But you caught a good time frame, though. So everybody wants to play home games at this point. So at least you caught that.
The only thing you're missing genre-wise is like a space theme one, a Mayan theme one,
a haunted house theme. Oh, that's like everything.
Yeah, they cover all your bases.
Star Wars.
He might have some space theme inspiration from behind him.
Yeah, for sure. So what can we expect from the future for Professor Puzzles? Do you have any more games in the works right now? And this is a series, right? So I would assume it will continue in the larger and mini ones, or do you have any that we don't know of that you can say to us without getting fired?
Yeah, we don't want to get you guys in trouble.
It's all right. I can't be fired.
I asked earlier, didn't we? We're allowed to say a little bit. We are working on something that's a larger escape room at the moment, is what we've been working on for a few months now. We've sort of, with the pandemic, we've had a bit more time to sort of dial things back and start earlier, really, on some of the developments for some of these, especially since this is something that we're working on to go straight into catalogue and not for like Sainsbury's or another retailer. We've got a bit more time to work on it. So we're looking at a pretty brand new format, same box, but brand new format for a larger escape room that we're working on at the moment, and I'd say is ready for testing, I think, in about a week and a half. I'm heading off to do that with one of our offices. So,
are you able to share what type of theme it is? Or?
I don't know.
Really pushing it now.
I do.
You said larger escape room. When you say larger, you're not talking about the size of the box. You're talking about what's in the box, right?
It's the similar sort of size to Grand Hotel and Starline, although we're up to 14 puzzles for it, so it's a lot more puzzle heavy.
More puzzle.
Yeah. So really stuffing it full of puzzles.
So we've completely redone the structure, the way it works, the way it flows. It's more focused on collaborative, people being able to do kind of bits and pieces at a time. Maybe our reputation is slightly on the line between James and I for delivering this because it might be too crazy. But we'll see. I'll tell you, it's spy themed. Should we go with that?
Yes.
Yeah. Is that exciting?
Yeah. I would say so. It's very 20th century spy themed, I'd say.
I love spy theme. Oh,
nice.
That's great.
Yeah. What is the playtime for that one, like around?
90 minutes.
We'll find out with the playtest next week. I'm hoping it's 90 minutes, 2 hours, but I think groups could take longer or shorter. We'll find out. But
that's the thing with these, isn't it? You know, depending on how quick you are with these puzzles, that's the playtime, isn't it? It's very personal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some could be playing just for fun and eating and drinking while they're playing, and some are just sitting there hardcore trying to solve everything.
So I mean, I'm curious also because you said that you're always rolling out with versions 1, 2, 3, like of the same game, but you're still constantly trying to edit it or adding things in. So when do you actually roll out another version, and then how do we tell if that's a newer version, or for purchasers, if they wanted to buy your newer version of the hotel game?
That's a good point. We don't really do much in terms of signifying it, mostly because we're just so focused on getting the puzzles working and not breaking anything else as we change it.
Right.
So but yeah, it is a real consideration actually going forward, because there's actually upcoming on Grand Hotel maybe something we're going to do to the end of it that makes it massively more collaborative, which would change it up. That we should probably signify on there. So I mean, we don't do anything, but I
guess it's tricky in a way for people once they've played it and they've got a version of it. If we were to say to them, hey, here's a new one, it's got one new puzzle at the end. I don't know. It's a tricky one.
Yeah.
It's a tricky one who that's for, but it's just making it as it can be.
Like your hint system, then, if you have added one in, you might have to do that for your newer game of that version, right? Because then it might confuse players going to that same website if it's a different version of the game.
So, Yeah, we've not quite hit that barrier yet, but we'll figure that out when we get to it.
Give them more work to do.
We're basically building an escape room for the work that we do, basically. We've got to puzzle solve our way out of how we do our jobs.
Yes, very cool. All right, so I think this is time for our Think or Drink segment.
Oh, can I just make one more announcement? Actually, we've got another new escape room that we haven't talked about. So this one has gone off recently. So we've done a mini. So this is even smaller.
Are you saying it's half the size of this?
Tiny.
Even
wow, that's really
look at that.
I love it.
Yeah, it's
mini.
That's awesome.
It's not got much of a designation in terms of that yet, but we've done a new one, Escape from the Museum. James actually did this one entirely from scratch, and it's gone down very well internally. Our boss loves it; he can't get enough of it.
What would we expect on the inside? Like, are they still little envelopes now, or what?
Elliot managed to grab a sample without anything in, but I do have a sample with some stuff in. So it's got little, we've got little inverted jennies there for your American audience. So we've got a nice puzzle there. We can break them off and things like that. We've got, it's kind of got a bit more of an emphasis on you've solved a little puzzle card, and it will direct you to something around the museum. So it might be like a collection of all the items that are in the museum, and that will give you some letters to translate. There's a little map there. So you've got little map things. One of the big ones is the Cabinet of Curiosities. So it's just a big cabinet full of ancient things and
very
cool. So all of the puzzles, they're pretty bite-sized. They're things like anagrams and mazes and things like that. Quite an entry level, good for kids as well. You want to get people, started with this sort of thing.
Yeah, start from the mini to the mini to the. So this one's available now. The Escape from the Museum.
No, it's just gone off, but it will be available next year, I think. So yeah, we'll drop you a line when it's going up, and it will be in our new catalogue. But yeah, just send that off.
Series as well, like you'll keep developing in that category.
Potentially, yeah.
There is talk about continuing with very similar themed ones, or well, not themed, differently themed, but similar format for how the puzzles work. So
looks like James have secured his job.
Job security.
From nowhere.
Well, unless Boss wants a sequel right away. I need a part 2 right away. Before we get to one more question. So the minis that we have here, the Dead Town, the Mall, and Chaos, is there an option to purchase as a bundle pack, or is it all individual right now?
It's all individual right now.
Okay, I haven't talked about a bundle, but yeah.
Yeah, I think a bundle.
You've listed it before, haven't you? But we haven't done it yet, so maybe. Who knows?
What if they come out with more, then they have to bundle.
That's true. Or a lucky raffle winner could win a bundle right now.
Yeah, exactly. The first bundle. That's the first bundle.
There you go.
For them if I liked. I mean, we could sort of.
All right, so we're about to play our game, which is called
Eat or Drink.
Take a Drink. All right, so what do you guys have in your hands right now at the moment to drink?
So just good news there. We only have 5 questions, perhaps a bonus one. The bad news is that it's based on all 4 games that we play. So,
whoa, look at that, Elliot. What are you drinking?
This is an Aperol Spritz.
You did tell us cocktails, right? This isn't, what we drink every weekend.
James, hold your one up.
Moscow Mule. Oh, nice. All right. You care to share what type of alcohol you're using? What brands or what kind of vodka do you have in your mule?
Russian standard vodka I've got in my mule.
Okay. All right. So I have a boring drink. I mean, no disrespect, but compared to you guys. So I'm trying another flavor. I'm going through the whole pack. This is another Smirnoff Spike Sparkling Seltzer, which is cranberry lime flavor this time. So I'm sticking with the healthy drinks for now. So we'll see what happens.
Oh, lovely.
So the way we play Think or Drink is we ask our guests questions, and if they get it right, then I will drink. If they get it wrong, they will drink. And the audience can help as well, so feel free to type in if you know the answer to.
Yeah, if you played these games before, try to help them.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait a second. So we are on a different platform now, so now we're going to have to use a countdown.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah, 60 seconds from after she... Oh, no.
10 seconds.
10 seconds.
I'll be here forever.
10 seconds from after she asks.
Yeah. So, ready? Question 1. From the Grand Hotel, what was the guest Johnny's last name? I'm not going to get this one. You took out a name.
Yeah, we got rid of them. I don't think I even looked at them.
Those things we took out. Thanks already.
Care to venture a guess or any random name?
Barton.
No. Robinson.
Robinson.
Yeah. I didn't know you guys took it out, so it was
I mean, your drinks look great. I don't think you're complaining at all.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for this.
I think you're trying to get them all wrong. You're sabotaging.
All
right. So question number 2 for you is, in Dead Town, what was the mayor's last name?
No,
the mayor's name.
You want to do it. I know it.
Oh, I remember the name of the nuclear power plant, and that's all.
Someone call it out.
Crumberson. It's Crummy Crumberson.
All right.
Probably.
You did that. It was a placeholder name that stayed in.
Cheers.
Oh, here's another interesting thing about the minis. Actually, I inserted myself into 2 of them.
Oh.
So I'm in the mall and I'm also in the casino. I think. No, I'm not in the casino. I'm in Deadtown.
Yes.
I put a picture of myself in there somewhere. So look out for it. I'm there.
In like zombie makeup and character, or
No. I think I just put myself on a notice board somewhere looking stupid.
we're gonna have to replay the game now.
Yeah, I gotta go find it.
It's not that exciting. It's like,
I thought you were one of these guys right here.
oh no. I didn't have time to do that.
All right, question number 3.
In the Casino Chaos, what was the diamond called?
What was the
Hope Rock, isn't it?
Yes.
Congratulations, great job. Okay.
Nice. All right.
We're just breezing through these questions.
I don't know about that.
Number 4.
In the same game, what was the time on the elevator puzzle?
The time on the elevator puzzle. Hang on. There's 2 times. It moves 2 floors. No. Hang on.
Yeah, go
Go for a
ahead.
guess.
Hang on.
It was 8 something, wasn't it?
Can you find this one? So he's trying to.
It's really annoying me because no.
1338 to 1339.
Oh.
Sorry, time. Yeah.
All right, 5th question for you is: in the Starline game, what was Lucy's nickname? Come on, we got this one.
Lucy is. No, it's gone. It's not the professor. She's the. This is going really badly.
Wow, audience, you guys don't have the answer for this one?
All right. Her
nickname was
Here.
the Ear. That's not what you were going for.
He's like, why did I name her the Ear?
James, did you have something else in mind? You had something else in mind?
Yeah, I did have something else very much in mind. I didn't know, as it turns out.
So we do have a bonus question for you. Cece's going to ask right now is...
All right, so what room is Dr. Enigma in that Starline game?
What numbered room is he in? From the...
What room is he in? What room is he in?
You find out in the baggage puzzle which room he'd be in, but 840. I don't know. It's one of the puzzles.
Wait, Elliot, do you agree with him, or do you want to guess your own answer as well?
Semi-close.
Oh.
I'll start.
He's close.
I mean, is he? Okay, all right.
Lower.
640?
Right in between you guys. 797.
797. Oh, of course. There we go.
That's the one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you so much for playing.
Hope you guys are not working later.
It's all right.
No chance.
It's like 10 o'clock.
Although we did hear that the best puzzles are coming out after our
with a little
game, so the inspirations are coming right out.
Yeah.
After the,
with a little injection of creativity juice.
I've been staring at James for the past 3 days now, working on puzzles. I want tonight off, ideally.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
He's like, I don't want to stare at you anymore.
Well, thank you for playing Think or Drink with us. It's always great to learn more about
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Your knowledge of your own games.
Yeah, for sure. And then let's give that entry again.
Yeah, one more time.
After.
For all 3 games, 3 Quickfire games of Escape from the Mall, Escape Deadtown, Escape the Casino of Chaos, type in the secret raffle phrase, which is Quickfire Me Now.
Quickfire Me Now.
And you have until episode 26.
Mm-hmm. That's on Sunday, actually. So.
Yeah, you have 2 days. Basically. So type it in now. We're getting a lot coming in right now. I know we're going to get a lot more. You have anywhere on IDTV, on Facebook, on YouTube. Type it in the comment section, and you will automatically be entered for free to win these 3 great games.
Yeah, and tomorrow we have a special pre-recorded show for you that will premiere at 4 p.m. Eastern Time with Spectrum Vox, and you'll be able to watch that on our YouTube channel. Yep. So this is a very special exclusive where we take you in the backstage tour of
the workshop. You're going to see how
that you'll
pieces
see,
are made and-
like the 3D haunted mansion, and show you how laser cutting works. So of course you'll want to get one of their fancy clipboards before anyone else from their Kickstarter stretch goal.
So be sure to click the reminder tab on YouTube and tune in for the premiere.
Yeah.
And then Sunday.
Well, I mean, Sunday we have the Detective Society. We'll be monitoring also, for the premiere, we'll be monitoring the premiere with Nick, the co-creator of the game. So type your questions in there in the chat box and they'll be answered accordingly.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for watching. And if you do love what we do here, show your support by liking your videos, share them, and invite more friends to come to the show and watch. And we promise to bring you more exciting content in the future.
Yeah.
So
one more time, give it up for the Professor Puzzle.
Yes.
And thank you so much for meeting with us and talking with us.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time. Thank you.
For me to choose, 2 hits left for me to use, 1 hit left for me to move. Time is running out, gotta figure something out. 3 hits left for me to choose, 2 hits left for me to use, 1 hit left for me to move. Time is running out, gotta figure something out.